Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. I'm going to do the best I can here with this. I am in the process of, this is going to be Empire Season 2, Episode 2. You guys know where I am. You can tell from my lovely Allegheny General Couture. There was a lot that went on in the show yesterday, and I tried to catch it all. This is definitely different than watching from home with people running in and out of here every couple minutes. So I'm gonna do the best I can. So there it is. If this is not my 100%, I apologize now before we actually start. And we'll give it a go. You guys will be honest and you'll tell me, and I'll try to work on whatever things that are lacking in this video, okay? So, you know we work as a team. This is what we do. Alright, so, Empire, Season 2, Episode 2. We start right off, everything was foiled last time with the hostile takeover. So, we start right off, we got Hakeem, Rhonda and Andre, Cookie, and Anika are just basically out. You actually see them. Lucius has really thrown a monkey wrench in their shit. They are literally got their boxes and walking out. Like, how embarrassing is that? They're like walking through the Empire offices with their boxes and their pink slips, okay? So they were removed from the situation. So they've all decided, well, basically Cookie's decided that they're going to start their own company. And the name of the company is going to be Lions Dynasty, okay? So, you know, whatever. That's what they're going to try to do. Rhonda was all for it. Andre was questioning it. Anika was not being a part of it. Cookie didn't want to be bothered with Rhonda. She didn't feel like she needed to be a part of it because, again, she's Boo Boo Kitty. She's an add-on, and she's screwing her 20-year-old son. So, you know, I'm not really trying to do that with her. Anyway, in the interim, Hakeem has pulled one over on Cookie as usual, and he's invited Anika. They were all going to meet. Cookie was really running around trying to get everything together. So she's doing all the groundwork and all of the footwork as far as somewhere to go. She goes back to the ghetto recording studio. You remember with the guy that eats the cereal and all that stuff. So she goes back to the ghetto studio, and she's trying to work something out with him where they could just rent space from them and actually do their takeoff there. So they actually meet there. And of course, Andre and Rhonda, you know, because they're used to their lifestyle, they're like, is she serious with this shit? It's like, yes, I'm very serious. We started Empire in more humble beginnings than this. And then we moved to a garage. It was worse than this. And then it moved to a garage. And look at where it is now. So, yes, we're going to start at bare bones, you know, grassroots bottom. And we're going to build the same way that I built Empire. I'm going to build this. And we're going to take Lucius down. It's not no problem. So, they're like, okay. Then get up in there. Anika's already there. She's working with V. Bozeman. V and Anika are like button heads because, again, everybody's really nervous. When you start talking about taking an artist away from where they were, that's working. And I don't care if you are the one that's developing that artist. It's nerve-wracking. It makes you nervous. I'm going from something that is already established and you want me to trust you into something that basically ain't shit. It's just a figment of your imagination at this point. And then I know there's hostility. Yeah, for an artist, that's a nerve-wracking thing. It's bad enough to get a recording contract, and then to be going through this bullshit is a mess. So her and Cookie are kind of, not Cookie, I'm sorry, her and Anika are button heads. And she was just about to walk out. Cookie ran in, grabbed her up, did the Cookie thing. And I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. She said, come on in here, baby. Let me talk to you for a minute. And that was it. Cookie cleared it up because that's what Cookie's good at. And she's looking at Anika like, can't dyke right, can't do nothing. And she took care of it. So, of course, you know, I was over here trying to scream, Cookie! But she's, you know, Cookie's still on top of it. She's going to do what she do. I have no doubt in my mind that Cookie will be able to make something. I don't know that she's going to get it to be Empire, but we know Cookie. I got faith in her. So it's going to be interesting to watch this. She goes back over, Cookie in another scene, she goes back over, and I'm jumping, guys. She goes over to Empire. Jamal's in the midst of an interview. The interview, in my opinion, wasn't going all that well because they were bombarding him into the sexuality thing. They were talking about how all the guys like him and all the girls loved me and all these female fans that really loved him. And then they were pumping this thing about Michael. Well, you know, Jamal's never been comfortable to really talk about Michael. Okay, even before he came out, he just, you know, and we've seen time after time, it's really best to kind of keep your love life down when you're an artist because people want to lust after you, and if you got a husband or a wife, child, you know, that kind of fucks it all up. But anyway, Cookie busted on the interview, and actually she didn't really realize it, but it was like the best time because the interview was going south as far as I was concerned. She got him, and she wanted to talk to Jamal about getting the rights and getting the information back for the little boy with the big shoes, Hakeem, for his album. She wanted him to give him his album back because it's already completed, and that's the whole thing. Andre feels as though the only thing they can do, the one sure thing, is to get Hakeem in the recording studio and get him some things recorded so they can get some stuff out, some quality stuff out to even start building their brand. And Cookie's like, fuck that. He got an album that's done. That's his brother. I'm going over there and get his album. So she goes over there, and she basically did tell Jamal that she is starting her own company. And she was basically asking him, turned out to be begging him, to give Jamal his album. Not Jamal, why do I keep saying that? Give the little boy with the big shoes his album. And Jamal's already still playing hard ass, and he's like, oh, you talking about the baby trader? So I'm like laughing like, oh God, they're these one-liners. So Jamal is not really willing to release it. He's not willing to right now, so he's still playing hard ass. All while this is going on, we get a new character, and it is actually Ludacris is a CO at the jail where Lucius is. There's some shit going on. They're not giving Lucius his medication because if you remember, Lucius's medication is not. It's basically illegal. It's some shit from overseas. It's not approved here in the States. If you can remember that, this medication that he takes. So somebody then got through to the doctor, and there's no authorization on his medication, so they're not giving him his medication. Lucius actually, didn't take very long, and he's starting to have some episodes. Ludacris is the CO who came up to him, and we found out that he is not a fan of Lucius. Oh, yeah, sorry, I had some doctors came in, but anyway, here we go, we're back. Okay, so, where was that? Okay, Ludacris is basically, he's a dirty cop, is how I view him. He's dirty because we found out later he's actually working with Roxanne, and that whole thing, and there's some other folks that are along with him. They are not fans of Lucius at all. So he basically told Lucius that he didn't give a damn about him. He didn't give a shit. He looked like he was sick, and that was good because the world would be better without him. It was a mess. He really was talking big shit to Lucius, and I kept saying, while I was watching, I said, this is not going to turn out good, because that's like one of those things. Lucius has a problem. He'll let you do it. He'll let you talk shit to him, but it never ends well. And I was like, poor Ludacris, baby, it's going to cost you. You just keep on talking because you writing all kind of checks you can't cash. So, like I said, and at first I thought it was just Ludacris by itself doing this stuff. But no, he is in cahoots with Roxanne, who is the DA. So I'm like, okay, this is a mess. She's behind all that mess. And she was, with the medicine and all. She was behind all that, trying to force Lucius into this plea deal. So, over at the Lions Dynasty, Andre and Hakeem are just going through a power struggle. It's this whole thing of, you need to be recording. No, I don't want to be recording right now. I want to develop artists. And it's like, boy, you're all over the place. The little boy with the big shoes, he's just all over the place. So now all of a sudden it's fine to want to stretch out, but you haven't mastered anything. So sit down, and that was the one thing that when he was over at Empire, Lucius could keep him focused. But no, it's like a power struggle. He wants to develop artists. He wants to do this three girl group with a Latino girl, a black girl, and a white girl. Okay, that's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. But he wanted to call them the Rainbow some shit. It was something stupid. And Cookie eventually told him, that is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Goddamn freak in the big shoes. So, but anyway, just ridiculous. So Cookie's still trying to get this album back. Anika and Cookie, naturally, in their regular vein, had a run-in. And of course, I got to give y'all lines because I was screaming. Anika, when Cookie came in and basically seen Anika, she's like, why in the fuck is Boo Boo Kitty here? And they're like, because I want her here, blah, 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 blah. She's the best, one of the best PR people out there, this, that, the other. And Cookie's like, yeah, whatever. And Cookie's like, And Hakeem was steady, because he's boning her. So he's sitting there. He's like, she built a whole career, She built a whole career doing PR. And Cookie's like, yeah, she made a career selling her ass. I don't know how much PR she did, but she sold her ass and she built a career. Isn't that nice? So Anika came back and said, well, you know what? That's just as bad as you and your career that you built with all of your street pharmaceuticals, honey. And I said, oh, okay. And then Cookie had to do the cookie and let her have it. She said, you know what, honey? If it wasn't for women like me, bitches like you would have spent their lives on their knees or underneath 20-year-olds like you're doing with my son. I said, Cookie. She let her have it. And then we saw Boo Boo Kitty from the back because she had nothing left. She walked on out. I said, John, you know not to play with Miss Cookie, honey, with that foolishness. You will never out one-line Cookie. Never. Never, Boo Boo Kitty. Never. Never. So I loved it. I was screaming. So then we have Jamal came to see Lucius. So he's basically giving Lucius an update on what all is going on. So they're in the common area meeting, and we run into another new character. It's this little guy. He's just a ridiculous looking guy. And his name, well, I'll give you his name in a minute, but he's a lawyer. And he's going back and forth, and he's at another table, and Lucius and Jamal are talking, and he's like trying to slip him his name and information, and he's talking, and one of the guards is like, hey, no crosstalk, this, that, thing, and the other. And he's like, yeah, he's telling Lucius, I know you're trying to get out of here, but the lawyer you got ain't doing nothing for you. I can get your ass out of here. This, that, thing, and the other. And Lucius is like, looking at him. Jamal made some smart comments about how he was dressed, because he wasn't a flashy dresser or anything like that. Not a very outwardly arrogant lawyer. And he goes ahead and he slips Lucius his name and stuff. Child. His name was Thirsty Rollins, honey. And he was saying he's from Guam. And he has his own thing against the DA. He wants to make her look foolish. There's a personal thing with her. He wants to beat her out and that kind of thing. And he was assuring Lucius, I can get you out of here. I can make things better. I can get you out of here. And he's like, I know what's going on. And I know some of the shit that's going down, like your meds and stuff. And I can fix that stuff. So Lucius is looking at him like, damn. Now I was thinking, I said, he might be a little crooked. He knows a little too much. But anyway, you know, we're talking about Lucius lying. So everybody kind of, you know, knows what's going on, I guess. So it was like, cool. So he told Jamal, get a meeting with him. Get a meeting with him and see what's going on. He told him, and also go back and get Hakeem. Bring Hakeem back to Empire. I can control Hakeem. He's an asset to Empire. Go back and get Hakeem. So he's like, all right, whatever, cool, no problem. You don't fight with Lucius, he just does what he says. So we move on. Rhonda done slipped herself on over to Empire to talk to Jamal. She's begging for Andre's position back at Empire. And she told him Andre didn't know he was there, that she was there. She told him, yes, I'm pregnant. And that basically, that spoke right to the gay in Jamal. And he's all happy about being an uncle, and he got sucked right in. He bought right in. I swear I don't believe this girl's pregnant, y'all. I do not believe that this whore's pregnant, but whatever, we're going to see. So she's like, please don't tell Andre I'm here. He would really be upset with me. You know, this, that, thing, and the other. So we're like, okay. So there was another little situation back at the jail. Lucius and some friends, they were over there, and they were spitting some beats, and they were doing a little something. And Ludacris decided to break up the session and be a hard ass and start just causing, you know how they do. You know how COs do. Causing problems. Basically, again, letting them know he ain't shit. And you on my turf and I'm running things. And it ended up blowing up into something that it didn't have to blow up into. Because, of course, one of the inmates that likes Lucius got a little upset. But it wasn't even, it didn't go that far. But Ludacris was pushing it. So he ended up taking him and throwing him in the hole, throwing Lucius into the hole. And then they had a problem. They were, you know, having some conversation back and forth. He's like, are you threatening me? And Lucius said, I'm not threatening you. I don't give out idle threats and stuff. Keep doing what you're doing. It don't matter. Just do whatever you want to do. And again, I said, your ass is going to pay. I can promise you that you are doing all this. When Lucius gets done with you, it's going to be like a hot poker up your ass. You just keep on. And he just kept on. So then we got to see the power of Thirsty Rollins a little bit after that. One of the COs came, let Lucius up out of the hole, slid him, he slid him on some medicine. So right then I said, okay, this Thirsty Rollins, I started to get a better feeling about Thirsty. And I said, maybe he's not so shady. As I thought he was really digging a hole for Lucius. He takes Lucius to this other part of the jail, and they slide in the room. He told him, you got like 45 minutes. He gets in there. All his partners are in there. They have like a fucking recording studio set up in there. And they literally lay, you know how Lucius does things. They lay the tracks really fast for this song called Snitching Ass Bitch. And it's a cool song. It's a cool song. And they're really doing it. And right as they're ending the session, they got done right on time, and they got everything on a laptop. That damn Ludacris ends up busting in there talking shit and carrying on. And he is such a hater. And he's talking shit to Lucius again. And Lucius said, you know what? The funny thing is, we was just talking about your ass. And I'm laughing. I'm like, no, he is not talking about this song, Snitching Ass Bitches, about him. So I laughed. And I said, okay. I said, Lucius is going to get him. And sure enough, Lucius said to him, he said some shit to him after he put him back in the hole. And he said, you know what? I'm not worried about being convicted or any of that. And he said, you're going to be the one with the problem, you know. And he's like, are you threatening me? He's like, no, I'm not threatening you. I'm just telling you, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to get out. I'm not going to be convicted. But something's going to happen with you because people like you always make mistakes. And he left it at that. And I said, you can take that as a promise to the hot poker going up your ass. I just sat there. I said, this is going to be a mess. Honest to goodness, the way the show is going now, it is I mean, you know, I love Cookie. I love Cookie, and I be looking for Cookie. But Lucius is carrying on the way that Cookie carries on. Like he got some shit for you, and you're starting to see how cold he is. So that was that. So he done confiscated everything that they did. Baby, he got out of work that night, and Ludacris's ass got tore down by some folks. They just bum rushed him and beat his fucking ass. And I said, now see, I knew something was going to happen because you kept on playing games with Lucius. I knew that was the final draw. They beat his ass down. Do you hear me? And then after that, we see the guys who beat him down and took the laptop off of him. They hand the laptop over to Thirsty Rollins and his car with the tinted windows, and he was like, all right. So even still at that point, I still was questioning Thirsty. I kept saying, something still, now he got this, he has all this stuff. And I'm like, damn. But he was dead on the money. He was cool. He was on the money. He took that damn laptop and sure enough, released that single, and Cookie and them's face was so cracked. They're like, how the fuck is he releasing singles from jail? And Cookie said, baby, that's your father. That's how he does things. We need to get this shit rolling before he gets his ass on the street. And he's going to be on the street soon. We need to get our shit rolling before he's on the street. So Hakeem is still going on now. He done went to messing around now with the damn Latino girl that he got for the, she's a real smart mafia whore. He got her, and he found the white girl and perused her. But he's liking this little Latino one. He's over there boning her in the goddamn hot tub and carrying on. And she's telling him, I think I need to, you know, if you was with Empire, all this would be better. So she's trying to talk him into going back over to Empire and whatnot. Hakeem ain't having it. He's still hard ass and he does not want to go back to Empire. That's that. Let's see. Oh, the other silly movie he was doing. He had made this movie. He then went up on Tiana. You all remember Tiana, his ex. And she still got feelings for Hakeem and all that. But he didn't went, and he wants her to be the black girl for the group and wants her to lead the group. And she's like, motherfucker, I'm already in, I'm a lead. I'm already leading. I ain't trying to be up in no group and all that. So they're going back and forth with that. So we go into that. Then the next thing Hakeem does, hot-headed and moving fast, he ended up getting, having a little meeting with Jamal. Jamal came to see him out. He grabbed him up outside, just like Lucius would, in the car with the tinted windows. He's sitting out there talking to Jamal, trying to talk him into coming on back over. He's like, you know, you need to come back to Empire, blah, 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 blah. So they have this meeting in the car. Cookie comes down, and she's standing there, and she looking like, what the fuck are you up to? He rolls, the windows roll down, he's looking at her, and then he throws her shade, baby. He rolled the window up in her face. I said, oh, you gonna keep on, your mother's going to crack you. She's gonna crack you. Don't think she won't get that broom on your ass too, Jamal. You keep trying to play hard leg. But she's like, okay, this is a mess. Okay, so Hakeem goes over to the Empire office to really talk to Jamal and all that. So Jamal's like, okay, I wrote this other song. It'll be great for you to do. We got your album. We can release that. Everything will be great. Just come on back over here, you know. That's the bullshit they're doing over there and all that. Well, Hakeem's playing hard ass because he is so excited about making this dumb group and all this. And he's like, I'm not coming back to Empire. Fuck Empire, this, that, and the other, whatever. Talk shit to Jamal, told him, you know, Lions Dynasty's going to take Empire down. We're going to crush Empire, blah, 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 blah. You don't talk a shit. Jamal's like, yeah, okay, whatever. You're a clown. And then Hakeem talks his shit. I ain't worried about you giving my album back anyway. I already leaked it on the internet. So this fool that leaked all the tracks from the album onto the internet, just stupid. Once Andre gets the word of that, that sealed the deal for Andre. Andre's like, you know what? I can't do it, Cookie. I love you, but I'm out, baby. I can't do this. I got to go. I did not spend all these years building up everything I built up to be playing this game with you, and you got this damn fool with these big ass shoes on. And he said, Jamal's going to sue the shit out of Hakeem. Oh no, that's his brother, this, that, and the other. She's just convinced that he's not going to sue him. And all that. Andre's like, this is bullshit, I'm out of here. So I'm laughing. I said, Andre Gary run his ass right back to Empire. And he knows that Empire's going to sue Jamal. I'm not going to sue Hakeem, because he's going to be the one to file the damn suit. So after that, Cookie's still making her moves, and she's getting all the stuff that she wants. She got all the studio space. She's basically got everything she needs to really get rolling. But at this point, she literally is down to nobody but her and Jamal. Not Jamal, why I keep saying Jamal? Her and Hakeem, sorry. So, next thing we know, we see Andre. Andre done went to see Lucius. And he's talking to Lucius, you know. He's like, I need to get, I know I betrayed you. I'm so sorry, you know, groveling. And he's like, I really need to get back to what I was building. I need to get back to Empire. I was really upset because, you know, I didn't get, you know, to run things, but I understand your decisions is cool, you know, whatever, kissing 10 miles of ass. Lucius looks up at his face and he said, yeah. All right. So then we have this flashback, and it was kind of weird, but Kelly Rowland was the person in the flashback. She's his mother, and she has, it's Lucius, I guess, and she's singing Itsy Bitsy Spider to him, and then she's kind of like looking off. And I'm like, I didn't know what that really was. I'm like, is there some mental illness there? Is there, I don't know what that really symbolized. I kind of lost that, because there was a lot of stuff going on here at the hospital when that was going on. I had people running in and out. So y'all, if you caught that, really caught that, please leave something down there in the comments. And I'm here, so I couldn't do a replay. You know, usually I watch my shows 2 or 3 times. I just didn't catch all that, but whatever it was that he was feeling in that moment, and I'm going to go out there on a limb and say, I think it was the love between a parent and a child, and especially a mother and a son. I think that's what he was feeling at that point, you know, because she was basically telling me, you know, I am the backbone, and I think that's what he was feeling like. He would have never betrayed his mother, and I think that's what was coming through. But if I'm wrong, leave it down there in the comments. But that's what I got from it right quick. And he come back up out of that little flashback, and he said to Jamal, he said, you still going to church? He said, yeah, I go to church. He said, you're still praying to God? He said, yeah. And he told him, he said, okay, so at this point, what you need to do, you need to pray to your God that he forgives you, because I'm not, and I never will. And he got up and walked out, gave him his back. So if I have perceived that scene wrong, y'all leave that down in the comments. But that's what I gathered. That, you know, that's something, he just can't forgive him. He can't forgive him because it's something that he wouldn't have did to his parent. He would have been ride or die, like Andre has been so far for Lucius. And the thing is, it ain't that hard to turn his back on Andre, because remember, Andre ain't got no musical talent. So he doesn't have the connection to him that he has to the other 2 boys anyway. Because he ain't doing nothing but using Jamal. And we all know that. He's using Jamal. And the little boy with the big shoes, he's using them. He's an artist, and he can mold and shape him, and he can control the little boy with the big shoes. Andre, child could go get an accountant anywhere. And I could pay somebody to be as crooked as I want them to be. So I think that's what that's all about. And the other thing is how you're telling me about how loyal you are to me and how you just made a mistake and you're so sorry. But at the same time, trying to get back in to Empire, he threw both brothers under the bus. He threw them right under the bus. He said, I can't believe you. He said, you literally can't stand the way Jamal lives his life. And you have no love for him with that. But you got him running the company. And then you know that the boy with the big shoes is a fucking idiot. You know that. And I'm like, see again, betrayal. You're throwing your two brothers right under the bus. And I think that's what brought all that on. Yeah, I mean, you lost his trust, and that's going to be a hard one. So basically, any old way. Oh, and he told to Hakeem, put the ice on the cake, and Hakeem screwing your woman, you know. I was like, watch it. So I said, okay. He walked right out. He didn't give a fuck. So Koki's left standing there, like I said. Koki's stuck, just her and Hakeem. And they all in. Nobody else is in. Right after that, we go to the court hearing. They got the hearing for Lucius. It's an appeal. His lawyer's not there. I said, God damn it, that thirsty dude, he ain't there. And it was like minutes, and the judge is like, I'm going to throw this out. Your lawyer's not here. So Roxanne, the DA, she's over there. She's as happy as a sissy in Big Dick Boys Town, honey. She's sitting there grinning. And you hear him say, here I am, I'm here. So he ran in. At the last minute, he made it. He had an envelope and the judge said, I was getting ready to throw this out. You know, don't waste my time. He gives an envelope to the DA, and he walks up, he approaches the bench and hands an envelope to the judge. The judge opens up the folder, and it is filled with blackmail pictures. Pictures of the judge performing all type of fetish acts. Baby, all this, it's all this bondage stuff and dominatrix and it was just loaded with all kind of lovely little perverted goodies, honey. Baby, the lawyer's face turned just as white, honey, and he jumped up and said, oh yes, bail will be posted, honey, this, that, thing, and the other. He set the bail at $1 million. Of course, you know that Lucius could pay that with no problem. And he's like, he is not a flight risk, this, that, thing, and the other. He just overturned it all. And I was given, yes, Lucius, yes. And so that was that. The bail was granted, baby. Roxanne was fit to be tied. Titties out and all, cheap shoes in place and all. And she's like, this is ridiculous, this, that, and the other. I said, okay, that damn Lucius. Lucius turned this episode out so bad. He was cutting up. So he's out. And that's how we basically ended. Cookie and Hakeem standing. Andre in limbo. Everybody else over on Empire. And baby, let's fucking get it. We get ready to get it on. Lucia's ass get ready to hit the street. Shit's getting ready to get real in the goddamn field. And that's where it ended, guys. So I'm cutting right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if I missed anything, if I've misconstrued anything, I apologize. Now, you know that I love to be more thorough about my stuff. But again, I'm here at the hospital. I'm doing the best I can with the interruptions and trying to keep up with the shows and get this out to you on time. But again, tell me what you think I can do to make it better, and I will work on it, guys. I love you guys. Thumbs up, thumbs down. You know how that works. I'll see you guys next week, and I'll be back home next week. So, all right, guys. Love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.